Yeah, it is cold out here in Houston, Texas. I came outside today and I was completely unprepared for the freezing temperatures that my car promptly told me. It was, 35 degrees when I got in my car, and I said, oh, the little snowflake is telling me that it's actually very close to freezing. And so it had me wondering, how many of us are unprepared for the storms of our life, and what can you do to ensure that you are prepared for the next financial storm that your life might take? I'm Larisha, the personal money coach you didn't know you needed. And for the last decade, my husband and I have been making sure that we have storm-proofed our financial lives. And now I help couples like you ensure that you are prepared for life's emergencies whenever they may strike. Statistics show that most Americans, about 60%, would not be able to cover a $1,000 emergency if something happened today in their financial life. So maybe it's not a winter storm, maybe it's not your pipes bursting, but maybe it's an unexpected medical expense. Maybe it's a flat tire in your car. Would you be able to handle an emergency that costs $1,000 and not put it on credit? Would you be able to ensure that you had something stashed away so that you didn't have to go into debt in order to make something, an emergency today, become, a whole full-fledged fiasco tomorrow? So there are three things that you can do to get ahead of life's storms. The first one is make sure that you have a plan financially. You want to make sure that you have at least an emergency fund set aside. The ideal goal is, of course, 3 to 6 months. However, start somewhere. If you have nothing set aside right now, $500 could be the difference between an emergency and an inconvenience for you. If it's just $1,000 that you want to be able to set aside to make sure that you can weather life storms, do something, but start today. Don't wait until a storm is coming. Okay, the second thing that you want to do is look at your insurances. You want to look at things like your car insurance, even your medical insurance. You want to look at what is your homeowner's insurance policy say? What deductibles do you need to have set aside? Because obviously your car insurance is not going to get paid by the insurance company if you don't have at least your deductible to cover in the event of an emergency. So make sure that you set aside time to understand your insurances. All right, and the third thing that you want to do is be intentional. Do not wait until the storm happens to get prepared for the storm. Same thing with emergencies. You want to cover yourself and your family in the event of an emergency so that it does not derail your whole financial life now and even in the future. It is really important that you take some time to understand your experience